Fearless Fund, the venture capital fund built by women of colour for women of colour, has recently announced a new industry-specific cohort of the Get Venture Ready programme in partnership with JP Chase. The programme is designed exclusively for black women business owners in fintech or the workforce development industry. To tell us more about what this programme entails, let's bring in the fund's CEO, Ariane Simone. Ariane, I actually just want to start on JP Morgan because you have announced this partnership with them. They have acquired First Republic, both of them with significant VC relationships and startups that are venture-backed. What is your reaction to the news that JP Morgan has stepped in to acquire First Republic?
I'm not surprised. JP Morgan has definitely been a leader in the space as far as venture capital is concerned, with emerging fund managers as well as the startup ecosystem as a whole. So I'm not surprised. When it came to even the whole SVB scare and everything that was going on, they were, as investors in our fund, they were one of the first LPs to reach out to see how they could be supportive in taking over any type of losses we may have incurred or anything that may have taken place. Luckily, of course, we had very low exposure to the issue, but we saw early on that they were definitely being a leader in the space and wanting to get more into the startup ecosystem.
Let's get to your relationship with them. I find this really interesting, making capital available to women of colour, but specifically in fintech. Why fintech?
Well, at the Fearless Fund, we actually invest in CPG as well as technology. In CPG, we're heavy beauty and wellness, heavy food and beverage. And in technology, we're heavy fintech SaaS marketplace. And in the fintech sector, we also have investors, LPs such as JP Chase, and a few others that are in the fintech business. For us, this makes a very good strategic relationship. Anytime we invest in a fintech company, we know that we have potential acquirers that are invested in our fund that may acquire them later on down the line. So it just makes good for business overall, and it sets up a very good, strong pipeline.
For women of colour, in all of the industries that you're investing in, what has the environment been like so far in 2023, Ariane? We've talked a lot about tighter financial conditions on this programme, but also inequality, frankly, in how founders and startups are able to navigate those tighter financial conditions.
That is very true. Women of color are the most founded entrepreneur demographic. They are just the least funded. So in any condition, whether there's a market correction or not, they have the biggest gaps of disparity. We exist because we do hope to change what the narrative is in this landscape. As of right now, the profile of a woman of color entrepreneur is somebody who you definitely want to bet on. Their cash burn rates are low. They're not used to large sums of access to capital, so they're very good stewards over their investment. Our portfolio actually is even quite healthy at a time like this because we chose to invest in women of color who are very mindful of their investments.
You're coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia. On this program, we talk a lot about San Francisco, Silicon Valley, Miami, New York, sometimes Austin, less about Atlanta, Georgia. What's the environment like for raising venture funds, founding a business in that city and in that state?
One thing I can say that the whole VC tech ecosystem in Atlanta, Georgia is definitely growing. It's definitely growing. I would like to add, even just for transparency, that is it easy? No, it's not easy to raise capital in any environment, especially when you're an emerging fund manager, and especially when your thesis is for women of color. But we have been blessed by very amazing LPs, such as you saw even on screen with JP Morgan, Bank of America, Ally Bank, Costco, MasterCard, and many others. So for us, even though we are based in Atlanta, yes, we have raised capital from many other areas, including San Francisco, New York, and all the other major areas that you see a lot of financial institutions based.
We had a founder on the show earlier who just closed a $100 million round at a $750 million valuation. But a year ago, you know, even at their last stage, they were about $128 million valuation. I give you that as an example because I want to know what kind of activity you're seeing. You know, is there a desperation to go out and get rounds done from the startup's perspective? Is there willingness to deploy capital from the VC's perspective?
You are correct. With this current market environment, you're seeing a lot of tech founders raise what we call bridge rounds, which is like an in-between round before you get to your next round. That's just pretty much what the market has dictated in this current space. You are also correct that a couple years ago, you could see a company that was pre-seed with a valuation of 9 figures, and it was just like nothing. It was just something that you could see. So valuations have gone down. Some investors would like to say they're probably more realistic now as far as valuations. So you have seen a drop in those. And from a standpoint of the founder, their approach to this environment is pretty much just been to raise a bridge round to stay afloat while they continue to build their technology.
Hey, Ariane, the last question I want to go to is CPG, fintech. Where's the most activity right now? Are there any specific areas thematically that you're looking at going, whoa, there's a lot of activity here?
For us, as I was stating before, we're 50% CPG, 50% technology. And the sectors that we are in, yes, there's definitely heavy activity. One thing I can say, even on the tech space, of course, right now, we all know that AI is like the new hot thing. We've been investing in AI now for about a couple years. We invested in a company by the name of Clever. Aria Moore is the founder on the AI space. But you'll see a lot of activity there. One thing I can say, even back to fintech, is that a lot of the female founders that are of color, they are very hot for acquisition in the area of fintech.
Fearless Fund CEO Ariane Simone, we'll get you back on. Thank you so much for your time.
Having
Now,
me.
coming up, ARM files for a massive